Yo, what is up, guys? We're going to be doing the Browns free agency grade. And to start it off, we're going to talk about the Cleveland Browns, the good things they did in the offseason. And they traded for they traded their 2018 4th round pick and 2019 7th round pick to Miami for wide receiver Jarvis Landry, a 3-time Pro Bowler who had a career high in receptions last season with 112, 987 yards, and a career high in touchdowns last season with 9. And then they also re-signed Jarvis to a 5-year, $75.5 million deal. And I only saw 2 receivers with a bigger contract than that, and that was Mike Evans and DeAndre Hopkins. So Browns did an amazing job there with Jarvis Landry. I mean, that's the best offseason thing they've ever done in their Browns history, honestly. And then they traded the worst QB in the league, DeShone Kizer, to the Packers for cornerback Demarius Randall. Randall had 38 tackles, 9 pass deflections, 4 picks, and a touchdown last season in 2017. So that's a nice pickup for the Browns, nice cornerback for them. After cornerback was one of their weaknesses, so that's going to help them a lot. And then they traded their 2018 third rounder for quarterback Tyrod Taylor. This is huge. Taylor is a very good quarterback, and now the Browns finally have an answer. I mean, they did also draft Baker Mayfield, but Tyrod Taylor is a veteran, and who knows, Baker Mayfield, in my opinion, is the next Johnny Manziel, so Tyrod Taylor is the safe bet. Then they had exclusive rights on wide receiver Josh Gordon, and they used them, and Josh Gordon is back, healthy, off of suspension from the drug use, and not injured. So it's about time. The Browns are probably going to be a playoff team this upcoming year. They also signed defensive end Chris Smith, who, as a backup, had 17 tackles, 3 sacks, and a forced fumble in 2017. They signed offensive tackle Donald Stevenson, who is a veteran starter. They also signed offensive tackle Chris Hubbard, who was a backup for the Steelers and replaced Marcus Gilbert, who was a top tackle, and did an amazing job, really, as he ranked number 40th out of all of the offensive tackles in the NFL. And they also signed running back Carlos Hyde, who had 240 carries, 938 yards, 3.9 yards per attempt, and 8 touchdowns, also getting 59 receptions for 350 yards. They also signed tight end Darren Fells, cornerback Terrence Mitchell, who had 47 tackles, 18 pass deflections, and 4 interceptions last year. So the Browns are getting really good here. They also signed quarterback E.J. Gaines, who had 48 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 9 pass deflections, and a pick in only 11 games last year. They signed wide receiver Jeff Janis, who is he's a decent returner and a nice backup receiver. They signed linebacker Michael Kendricks from the Eagles' Super Bowl winning defense, who had 51 tackles, 2 sacks, and 6 pass deflections last year. They also re-signed their own running back, Duke Johnson Jr., who's a really, really good backup running back. And let's look at the bad things the Browns have done. They do some questionable stuff, and they traded Danny Shelton, who's a top nose tackle in the league, for a 2018 5th rounder. Oh no, my bad. They traded Danny Shelton, who is a top nose tackle, and a 2018 5th round pick to the Patriots for a 2019 3rd rounder. They gave up way too much just for a 3rd rounder, especially next year's. That was a dumb trade, in my opinion. They also released Jeremy Cash, who is a safety linebacker hybrid. I really liked him. They let their starting running back Isaiah Crowell walk, who's been their leading rusher for 3 years in a row, the last 3 seasons, all in a row. Then they traded a 2018 7th round pick and cornerback Jason McCourty. I don't know what they're thinking here. Who had 54 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 14 pass deflections, and 3 interceptions last season. Not really sure why you would trade Jason McCourty to the Patriots for a 2018 6th round pick. So yeah, Patriots are going to be deep on defense again. The only reason, okay, not the only reason, but not only do you get rid of 2 of your best defensive players, you're also getting rid of them to the Patriots for crappy picks. These are just stupid Browns things that they normally do. But they have done a lot of good signings. So I'm going to have to give the Cleveland Browns an A-. I would give them an A+ if they wouldn't have traded their 2 best defensive players to the Patriots. I guess if it was an NFC team or something, then I would have gave them an A or A+, but they're going to be getting an A- just because of those really dumb trades they had to do. And they let 2 promising players go. But hey, they did do a lot of good stuff. They are looking to be a potential playoff team. This is the best offseason the Browns have ever had in their franchise history, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm no Browns expert or anything, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, A- feels like a pretty good grade for them. So that's going to be it for this video. Please leave a like and subscribe for the next one.